Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Look, we know that the film Michael is out, and the critics tried to slam it, but the audience has responded around the entire globe. It is the #1 movie in the entire world and is broken records. Michael Jackson is a legend, and I'm so lucky and blessed, like many of you, to have actually witnessed Michael while he was still on the earth. Okay, I grew up watching and listening to Michael Jackson. I remember when he surprised James Brown at the BET Awards, and he was everything. He was like magic, okay? He's the biggest star, the biggest entertainer in history. He is the king of pop. No one is touching him. No one's going to ever take that away from him. This is facts. People were fainting 2 to 3 minutes within just seeing him. The man had it all, and this is facts. Jaafar did an amazing job. He really became Michael Jackson in this film, and it was just, he did really good. The Jacksons, An American Dream, remains at the top for me. It's untouchable. If you're Gen Z or Gen Alpha, you need to see the Jacksons, The American Dream, and as well as Michael. Both were very good, very well done. Okay, and look at Michael on the screen. He has such beautiful eyes to me. Michael Jackson has beautiful eyes and a beautiful smile, and he was a beautiful person. And in the film, you really got to see some parts of, his life and being a star, how lonely it can be sometimes, and some things that he went through. And look, everything, what we see right now is the #1 film, and it's the #1 film for a reason. Michael continues to dominate. He is the king of music. He is the king of pop. And nothing, I mean, nothing will ever change that. He's in a class all of his own, and he's at the pinnacle of what it is to be, well, a superstar, a legend, an entertainer, a musician. So with that said, I want to share with you some of what the public is saying about Michael the film. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend that you go to the theater and you see it.
With the success of the new Michael movie, can we finally stop trying to crown the next Michael Jackson? There is no next, and there will never be another. And before anybody says it, yes, we have global superstars like Beyonce, Shakira, Drake, Taylor Swift, etc. They are huge. They are successful, but in terms of pure worldwide uncontrollable fame, they are not touching MJ, not even close. His 2026 film opened to about $97 million domestically and over $217 million worldwide opening weekend, becoming one of the biggest biopic openings ever, and it's already pushing toward $300 million globally. Mind you, this comes after the movie went viral for poor critic reviews. However, the fans did not care. Fans turned this into a full-on experience. People are showing up dressed like Michael Jackson, dancing in the aisles, passing out from excitement, ambulance being called, and in places like China, crowds are waving light sticks like they're at an actual concert. Also, in case you forgot, Michael reached this level of fame without social media. No TikTok, no Instagram, no algorithms, just talent, innovation, and a connection that crossed every border. His fame was and is so massive that MJ has fans that haven't even been born yet. Like, the dude quite literally invented aura. For example, when he showed up to a LA Lakers game in the 1980s, reportedly invited by Magic Johnson, pure pandemonium erupted. The moment he appeared on the Jumbotron, fans started rushing towards him from all sections, crowding aisles and moving toward the floor just to get closer. Security couldn't contain the mob, so the game had to be paused in order to evacuate him. When Michael filmed the They Don't Care About Us music video in Brazil, it was shot in Rio de Janeiro. However, in the area that they did it in, it was controlled more by organized crime groups than police. Local authorities initially tried to shut the production down, partly over concerns about how the area would be portrayed and because they didn't fully control what happened there. So the production had to negotiate directly with local gang leadership, who agreed to protect Michael and the crew during filming. Who else can do that? When Michael Jackson passed in 2009, the entire world stopped, and I'm not even joking. Google searches spiked so high they temporarily crashed. Twitter saw one of its biggest traffic surges ever at the time. News stations across the globe cut into programming. People gathered in the streets holding vigils, crying, dancing, celebrating his life all at once. Radio stations played his music non-stop. Stores sold out of his albums overnight. His catalog shot back to #1 globally within hours. When Michael Jackson passed, the whole world came together to mourn him. No celebrity is ever going to be able to top that type of impact and response. So when people try to say someone is the next Michael Jackson or the new Michael Jackson, it's not just a reach. It ignores what made him different, and it's high-key disrespectful, okay? You can be inspired by him, you can be influenced by him, but you cannot recreate him, because there will only ever be one Michael Jackson, and that should be enough.
So Michael is on track to becoming the highest grossing opening biopic of all time. And all I can say is, duh. What did you think was going to happen? We don't play about Michael. And not only that, it just goes to show you just not how famous he was, but how important he is still to this day. There is nobody like Mike. And when you watch the movie, it clearly states that we don't play about Michael Jackson, bro. And you can try to bring his name down, drag it through the mud, give it 27% Rotten Tomato score. It don't matter. We're going to show up in droves. And we're not just coming for highest grossing biopics, bro. I'm telling you, we're coming for all the picks. All picks. So buckle up, because we moonwalking all through that joint. And we don't care what the critics give it. We know what it is. And we're going to show up as a culture, because that's what we do. And when we rock with somebody, we rock with them. And I would say that Michael Jackson's at the top of that list when it comes to we don't play about that name. So it's only been a couple of days and we're just getting started. But man, it feels good to be on this side of history.
Critics have no idea what a good movie is. Honestly, how have critics given this movie, Michael, the score it's been given is literally beyond me. I've just gone to the cinema and literally just come back in right now after watching Michael. And I just need to permanently have Michael Jackson music on all week, because I'm just so fucking hyped again. There will genuinely never be, I mean this, there will genuinely never be a talent like Michael Jackson ever again. He is the king of pop and will remain the king of pop forever. Does his own dancing, creates his own dance moves, writes his own music, creates his own music, has very distinct, clear eras of music. When you actually look at the songs he's released and the albums he released, they are ridiculous back to back. His vocal range is fucking insane. Anyway, I'm here to review the movie, not how fucking talented he was, but holy shit. Okay, let's get into the movie then. Right, okay. First off, you got to remember, this only covers part of his career. It gets up to the bad era. So you've got to remember that ends with obviously the London gig in 1988. Very much focuses on his relationship with his father, who is a piece of shit. But his nephew, who plays as Michael Jackson in this movie, honestly, I felt like I was watching Michael Jackson the entire time. For someone that is a Michael Jackson fan, and I love all of his music, this was a great movie. It was great. Like, it was fantastic. And I know people are giving, some people are giving it hate because it needs to have the allegations in there. That doesn't happen in this part of the story. And you've got to remember, they weren't allowed to do the allegations in the movie because they didn't get the rights to. Okay, so you've got to remember that. Plus, who cares? Let's focus on Michael Jackson's career here. Plus, the thing I will say is he was innocent for all of those cases. So this is a must-watch movie at cinema, though. Especially, I watched it in iSense, and it needs to be on the big screen, needs to have the big speakers, because I just felt like I didn't want the movie to end. I wanted to hear more music. I wanted more songs of his. It felt like I was watching a gig at the same time as watching a movie about Michael Jackson. If you are a Michael Jackson fan, you're going to fucking love this movie. And I feel for him. I genuinely do, because I've said it many a times about Michael Jackson before. He never got to be a kid. He never got to have a childhood like a normal child would have. You think about it, at the age of 6, he was literally known, or age 6, not 8, whatever it was, 8 to 10, around that age, he was one of the biggest names on the planet. His father abused him to make money all the way through his career, near enough. Great movie. Fuck yeah. I'd happily go watch this again. For me, giving it a solid, I'd say 4 out of 5. Fucking loved it. But let me know in the comments what you thought. And I'd love to hear what everybody's controversial thoughts are on this movie. But I fucking love this movie. You need to watch this movie. Critics, go fuck yourselves.
I don't know. I think I might be near my period, but I just came back home from watching the Michael Jackson movie. It was so good. It was so good. It was so good. And yes, I know I look crazy. I just got my lips done and they're really swollen right now, so don't look at that. But it was beautiful. I don't know who the fuck these movie critics are. I audibly gasped when Jaafar Jackson got on screen and he started talking. Gasped. He looks so much like him. He sounds exactly like him. He made me feel like I was watching Michael Jackson. And I loved Michael Jackson. I don't know, it was super nostalgic. All of the songs. My mom and I are huge Michael Jackson fans. And it was a beautiful movie. It was beautiful. Give that man an Oscar nomination. He was so good. That is what a movie should do. The movie should make you feel like you're a part of it, like you feel like that character is that person. And holy shit, did that do it. This was his first acting. You couldn't have told me that. It was so good. I'm going to watch it tomorrow. I'm going to watch it again tomorrow.
No one left the theater. I don't know what these critics are smoking. Nobody left the theater during the credits. People were dancing. People were singing. This was a celebration of Michael. That's what this film was all about. All right, y'all. So I'm straight out the theater after seeing, yes, Michael. Oh my God. I got actually emotional. I wasn't expecting to get emotional. I knew I was going to be feeling celebratory because, I mean, of course, you're hearing Michael's music. But I really got emotional because you really got a chance to really get into the mind of Michael and how he really fought so hard for his independence. And it just took me back to my childhood of just being mesmerized by him and really the entire Jackson family. In fact, during the movie, you hear Joe Jackson talk about how the Jackson is the brand. And he's not totally wrong with that. The Jackson is the brand. In fact, we loved all the Jacksons growing up. Michael, Janet, of course, and the Jackson Five, all of them. They were all extremely talented in this film, of course, focused on Michael and just how he would be inspired. He was connected to source, or as he would say in Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, the force. He really wanted to channel and really connect with that higher power and give us all that he had. And so that just really made me emotional, especially the way they ended it, because how they ended it was really one of my very first concerts. They ended it with Bad, and it just took me back to that time. And now I know everyone's saying there's going to be a sequel. I definitely hope there will be. But I love that they chose to do the first part this way because we needed this. We need celebration, especially during these times. So definitely go out, check out Michael. You will love it if you go in knowing that we're really focusing on Michael and how he became the artist and the giant that he still is.
We don't just miss Michael, we miss the standard of excellence. Watching that movie, Michael was very intentional about everything that he did. What he wore, how he looked, how he sounded, the album, the tours, the music videos, everything was intentional with excellence. Why? Because he knew Prince was on his ass doing the same thing. Now, artists just show up with hoodies, hoop shorts, and combat boots at award shows and concerts because they already got your money, and they're like, let's just get through this next hour and a half together, shall we? Like, there's no standard of excellence anymore. There's a handful of artists, and we all know who they are. And that's why the Kendrick and Drake beef was so important, because someone actually cared about the excellence of the art form. So yes, we do miss Michael Jackson incredibly, but we also miss the standard as well.
A man cried after watching the Michael Jackson movie for his first time. His name is Joel. He shared a clip of himself at the premiere in Berlin, and people are extremely moved by his reaction. In the video, Joel is seen with teary eyes and looks visibly emotional as the credits roll. Fans are saying this moment shows just how much Michael impacted the world through his songs. The footage has gotten a lot of attention on social media, with thousands of people saying they felt the exact same way after seeing the film. Many people are commenting that the movie is even better than they expected. People are loving how the film captures the energy of the performances. Some viewers said they could not believe how good the acting was and how real everything felt. The film is reminding everyone why Michael is such a big part of music history. Fans said it was a beautiful way to remember him and his work. People are mostly glad that Michael is played by his actual nephew. When the movie was announced, people were nervous to find out who would be cast, but the fact that his nephew did an amazing job has made all the fans happy. But before you go, I want to know, can you see why the guy cried over the movie?
Michael really ain't got no business being gone. Like, that is so sad. Y'all need to go see the movie. I went and saw it today, matinee. I cried 3 times during the movie. I'm a very emotional person, though, and my period is also about to start, so that's also probably why I cried 3 times during the movie. Both of the people who played Michael, young Michael and Jaafar, his nephew, they did an amazing job. It was such a good movie. Honestly, I felt like, what's his name? Is it like Cole Domingo, I think, who plays Joe Jackson? He did a great job, because he was irritating me the whole movie. So he did a good job, because he was being Joe Jackson. But y'all need to go see it. Music was great, obviously. I was singing and dancing the whole time, having a blast. But go see it. I might go see it again before the week is out.
I just finished watching Michael the movie, and oh my god, guys, nothing could have made that movie better. I cried multiple times, and that movie exceeded my expectations. As someone who's been a fan of Michael Jackson for nearly my entire life, that was just perfect. That was perfect, guys. You need to go watch it when it comes out, and I will get my full in-depth review next week when I can, because there's an embargo right now. But guys, just think of the most perfect Michael Jackson movie ever. It's that.
Did you know the Michael we got isn't the version they originally made? Save this for later if you haven't seen it, because spoilers are ahead. The film was supposed to open with the 1993 Neverland raid, throwing you straight into the controversy. And it did not stop there. There was a whole third act about the allegations. Really wish we got that original version. Director Antoine Fuqua even told The New Yorker he filmed scenes where Michael Jackson was treated like an animal, a monster. My thoughts? That's a completely different movie. And this is where I feel like everything changed, because according to Variety, those scenes had to be removed due to legal restrictions. So the film got rewritten to end in the bad era, with really expensive reshoots. We're talking millions. And honestly, you can feel that. The ending was so abrupt. It just stops with the words, "The story continues." I was like, yeah, the story definitely continued. It was almost too polished. They played it very safe, and it felt more like a concert than a full story. And I'm not trying to bash it. It was very nostalgic and fun, but knowing what they originally filmed made me realize how much was left out. That said, Jaafar Jackson really embodied Michael's spirit, stellar performance, but admittedly another issue for me was the missing family. No Janet Jackson, no Randy, no Rebby. And I've already seen younger people on here not even realizing that Janet is his sister, which kind of changes how the story gets remembered. But I'm curious, would you want the uncut version, or did they make the right call? Like and follow for more movie gems.
We just saw you at the Michael premiere.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about the Michael premiere?
I thought it was excellent.
Yeah.
I thought.
How did you like the movie?
I loved the movie.
See, same.
I loved the movie. I loved the way they ended. I love the ending.
Yeah, man.
You know, it lets me know that they got a lot more. That's because there's so much of Michael that people don't know.
Right.
You know, and I'm glad they did it the way that they did it.
Yeah.
You know, it lets me know that, okay, I get to see some more.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going back to the movie on Friday.
My big personal takeaways from the Michael movie was, I knew he was a visionary, but it was also inspiring to see how specific he was and what he was asking for. For example, he didn't just say he wanted a great album. He wanted the highest selling album of all time. He didn't just say he wanted an amazing tour. He wanted the highest grossing tour of all time. So, and he did it, you know? And so when I got home, the thing I kept thinking about was, were my dreams big enough? But also the second thing was, are they specific enough? Is there a gray area? Are my prayers too vague? Are my asks too vague? So I've been thinking about that. So I'll leave that with you.
Nobody will ever be able to be like Mike. Nobody will ever be able to portray his character just like Jaafar did. And I'm just saying that out of pure honesty. This is not for me to raise bait at all. There has been many people who's literally changed the way their face look just so they can look like Michael. And they can dance like Michael too. But there's one thing that all these impersonators don't have. That is the DNA. There's just something about those little nuances that Jaafar was doing in this movie that really said, oh my God, that's Michael. But I don't think anybody else could make that happen unless they had Michael's DNA. And he looks so much like Michael in so many fucking ways. Those little gestures that Michael did with his face, Jaafar did it to the fucking T. And there's a lot of people who say that this was one of the greatest biopic movies of all time. As a matter of fact, the first week it grossed over 217 million on the first week. And Rotten Tomatoes want to be a bitch and give this biopic 38% Rotten Tomatoes. Why is that? Why is that exactly? Jaafar Jackson wasn't the only one who auditioned for this movie. They actually auditioned thousands of people to make sure what they were seeing in Jaafar was not a hoax. And they knew Jaafar was the only one, but they had to really make sure, so they auditioned thousands of people. And out of all those people, Jaafar, even though he did not have every single dance down pat, he learned every fucking dance and became the Michael, the legend, the king of pop, the greatest dancer, singer, artist, video creator of all time. I didn't say he created the videos. I'm saying the videos that Michael was in, every single music video was absolutely phenomenal. Michael Jackson is is the greatest of all time. And I'm not just going to say the king of pop. I'm saying he's the greatest of all time, people. All jokes aside, I am very, very serious. This Michael movie was phenomenal. My favorite scene was close to the end, probably like one of the last scenes before he got on stage and he performed bad. The turnaround was the best fucking part of the movie, because when he turned around, that shit was so motherfucking dope that it reminded me that Michael doesn't have to dance, he doesn't have to sing, he doesn't have to do shit on stage to make everybody in the crowd faint. All he gotta do is stand there. Michael Jackson can stand there for 3 hours on stage and have the greatest performance of all time. No cap. I'm not joking. Michael Jackson can literally stand for 3 fucking hours on a goddamn stage. Nobody else in the world can fucking do that and have the best show of all time. Type shit. You guys can say whatever y'all want to say in the comments, but I promise you, you're wrong. And if you haven't seen this movie, get your ass up. Fuck Rotten Tomatoes. I promise you, do not listen to Rotten Tomatoes. Listen to the audience. And listen to your heart. Listen to yourself. If you was a Michael Jackson fan, you will understand. Say whatever you want to say in the comments, but I promise you, you're wrong.
We absolutely have to talk about this Twister scene from the Michael movie because it legitimately ruined my life, but it is such a true representation of the fact that when you're really successful, you're oftentimes incredibly lonely. I can say firsthand that in high school, I had pretty much no friends, and by no means am I saying I'm like incredibly successful. But I did end up starting a business. I became valedictorian. And so I always felt like an outcast. And when I did try to talk to people, I never felt like I fit in. And the Michael Jackson movie is such a good exemplification of this phenomena. Like, you literally see in this movie, like, he is someone who is so brilliant and smart, yet within his family, when he tries to fit in and spend time with them, they don't really understand him. They don't take him seriously. And that is something that often happens when you have a very individualistic spirit, which is the same thing that makes you successful. But that means that oftentimes you're going to struggle to make friends and connect with other people. And you're going to look around and see, oh my gosh, it's so much easier for everyone else to make friends. Is there something wrong with me? And that's something I've felt like many times in my life. But you can see in the life of Michael Jackson that despite his attempts to make connection, he lived a pretty secluded life. Like there's an interview where they ask him like how many close friends he has, and you can tell that he kind of pauses because there really aren't that many people that he's close to in his life. And unfortunately, that's something I've experienced as well. And on the second side of the coin, also one thing that you will experience if you are like very successful or very ambitious, someone like Michael Jackson, people will not really root for you. Even if you root for others, like, Michael Jackson was a very kind hearted individual and he was rooting for others. He made so many sacrifices for his family in the film. And I remember when I was in high school, I kind of had a similar experience where I really just I wanted to be friends with the very people who disliked me. There was like a group of very like academically competitive students in my grade, and I really wished that, I could be in their group and I could fit in with them. But that was never what happened. Like whenever other people won awards, I was always like the first person to text them, "Hey, congratulations." And I meant it from my heart. But whenever I would win awards in high school, no one would send the same thing to me. And so it was just such a good representation of this fact that like if you are an individualistic person, if you're highly ambitious and you feel super lonely, like it made me feel very seen. And I was really happy that I saw that movie, even though it made me super sad, because it really is a good example of how if you're different, if you're talented, that can sometimes come at the cost of feeling lonely. And it was so heartbreaking to see, but it really is a true lesson. But eventually, when you get to a place where you are like successful enough, you will meet other people who genuinely root for you. And so that's something positive you can look forward to.
There's levels to Michael Jackson. Let's start with the levels of Michael Jackson. What about starting as a little kid? Little kid, he was killing it on TV. The Jacksons, had their own TV show, by the way. Sonny and Cher, you see the Jacksons on there. Huh? They were on variety shows left and right. You understand that? They had an animation series, a cartoon, the Jacksons. Yeah, the Jackson 5. It was the Jackson 5. Huh? The Jackson 5. Michael was lead singer, killing it. He makes a record called Ben. It was a hit record to a movie. Huh? Look at Michael, how young Michael was in that. His voice was unreal. I'm talking Gary, Indiana. I'm from Chicago. That's not too far from Chicago, so I'm proud of it. You see them on Soul Train. Do you understand that? His maturity, how he took over the stage? Huh? Listen, some of these artists, they started off when they were kids, but they weren't superstars like he was. And then you got little kid Michael Jackson. Then you got teenage Michael Jackson with the Jacksons. It was the Jacksons. And they murdered. Huh? What are you talking about? He was famous as a teenager. Oh, but we're not done. 21, 22-year-old Michael Jackson. Now Michael's legal and smoking shit on his solo album Off the Wall. Fuck you talking about, bro? Huh? And then we got Thriller comes into the play. What the hell? Breaking records. By the way, Thriller sold 1 million copies a week. I want to let you know that. You can talk about your fucking Drakes and all this other bullshit and your fucking Taylor Swifts. I'm not hating on them. But this is before the internet. I'm not talking about streams. I'm talking about albums. Okay? Where you had to leave the house, put your clothes on, leave the house, and go to the record store to buy the album. Hopefully, it's still there. You had to get the vinyl with Michael Jackson like this right there. You know that? The most famous album cover with him leaning like this in a white suit. That's how cold he was. Huh? You had to get an album of vinyl, a physical album. He sold 1 million of those a week. Yes, I'm passionate about it. I am a Michael Jackson fan. I live and die on Michael Jackson's hill. You understand me? So you artists now, please, this is before the internet. I hope I look crazy on this. This is before the internet, people. What you talking about? Huh? No internet, no cell phone, no nothing. Passenger pigeon. That's how they spread the word about Michael Jackson. Huh? Michael Jackson was known on every continent. Do you understand? When I was in Nigeria, when I was a kid, there were Michael Jackson contests in Nigeria, 80s, okay? In the 80s, okay? And I was like, they know about Michael Jackson out here? Yeah. China, Russia, they knew about Michael Jackson. No internet. What are y'all talking about? He's the most famous performer in the fucking world. You understand that? And his videos transcended movies. They were like movies. The choreography. First of all, you ain't fucking with Billie Jean. Let me tell you how amazing and genius Michael Jackson was. Who has the sidewalk light up as they walk? Huh? I'll wait. Come on. Beat it. He had a gang. It was a gang rivalry. And he stopped the violence. And they danced it away. They danced before they killed each other. Who does this? Who does this? Huh? And stops a gang war. Huh? Who? Who does this? What gang? Huh? And then you got Thriller. Thriller. They play Thriller every Halloween. Everybody, it's the greatest Halloween song. Thriller. And then you get Vincent Price to do the voiceover. Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. What are y'all talking about? Huh? And then you got Smooth Criminal. Come on, man. Smooth Criminal is what sealed the fucking deal. You understand? We got Remember the Time. That was some next level shit. And all of his videos were world premieres, by the way, guys. Yeah, world premiere. Friday Night Videos premiered Beat It. Okay? It was always a world premiere. Let me tell you how Smooth Criminal destroyed everything. When Michael Jackson leaned, when he did this, it was over. When he did this with his hat and said, I win, fucker. I thought Michael has the strongest ankles I've ever witnessed in my life. Smooth Criminal was the coldest shit. Even when you see Usher and Chris Brown, all of these cats, all of them, they all are copying Michael. Everybody's copying Michael. You understand? Michael Jackson is the greatest. And by the way, Michael Jackson had respect for who came before him. James Brown, who's one of my favorite, who's one of the greatest, the baddest dude ever to put on dance shoes. He respected James Brown, Jackie Wilson. You understand? He respected them. Fred Astaire, he was a great tap dancer. Michael studied all of them, all the greats. The Nicholas brothers. He studied and he practiced. He didn't just do a TikTok and then think he could. No, he put in the work. He was a perfectionist. And when I went to see Michael Jackson, I had the pleasure of seeing Michael Jackson, the Victory Tour. Me and my brother. My mom, God bless her soul, got us tickets. My parents got us tickets to see Michael Jackson. And when I tell you, women were fainting around me. And I screamed like a bitch too. Ah! Yes, I did. I don't even know Michael Jackson's last name. It just sounds like one word. Michael Jackson. What's Michael Jackson's last name? I don't know. I want to say a happy birthday to my favorite artist ever, who inspired me, who made us be proud to be black. You know, let's not talk about the complexions, okay? The fact that these handsome men with afros were singing and women loved them. They were dapper. They changed music. They changed black pride. They did all of that. And Michael was the leader of that. So happy birthday to the greatest, to the king of pop. Don't you ever put any of these artists in the same sentence as him. But don't you ever do that. Happy birthday, Michael Jackson. Shimon!
Hi. My take on the Michael Jackson movie, it was phenomenal. It was 2 hours and it felt like 30 minutes and it was over, and it made you just wish and hope that there was more. Jaafar Jackson, who is Michael Jackson's nephew, this was his first acting gig ever, and he was phenomenal. He literally embodied Michael. There were a couple tough scenes, trigger warnings, and spoiler alerts. The Michael Jackson thing, and the abuse, basically spanking with a belt. That was a little intense and a little triggering for someone who was spanked with a belt as a child. And the Pepsi scene, the Pepsi commercial where he gets burned, that was really hard to watch. It was really intense. But the movie was phenomenal, and I can't wait. The rumor is, or it's confirmed, that there is going to be a sequel, because it didn't even touch on like an eighth of his story or his life. So that'll be exciting to see. But go see it. 10 out of 10. Amazing.
Oh my God. I just probably saw one of the best movies in a very long time. And I feel like I say this all the time, every time I see a movie. But I'm telling you, oh my God. I just came out of the Michael movie and we're doing a review about it because there's no way I'm not doing anything. First off, we have to give flowers and the respect and all the accolades to Jaafar Jackson. Oh, I felt like I was watching Michael on the screen. I'm like emotional about it because I'm such like a massive fan of his, and he died when I was relatively young. I remember exactly where I was when he died, and just watching that movie, I was like, I feel like I'm watching Michael Jackson. So Jaafar, not only did you play that part exponentially well, you paid so much respect to your uncle and his craft and his story. It's just such a beautiful thing to see, and I know how much work that you put into that. Absolutely sensational. When I tell you also, the second thing, I left that movie theater and the lobby was packed. It is 10:05 on a Friday. I did the 7:30 showing. That movie theater lobby packed to the brim. And I'm going to do a solo date night vlog, and you're going to see how packed that lobby was. You'll see it in my next video. That just makes me so emotional as somebody who goes to the movies, I wouldn't say pretty regularly, but more regular than other people do. And just to see that and see people come out, and I know what movie they're seeing, and it brought so much joy to me, just seeing people come out to the movies and going to a movie and watching it. And they should, because everyone has to come see this movie. Try to pull myself together now. Phenomenal movie. Phenomenal. I don't even know what else words to say, except the fact that I'm going to be bumping Michael Jackson on the way home. My only con of the movie is, though, you did not put Smooth Criminal in it. That's my only con. If that's my only con, I think the movie is amazing. Amazing. I can smell the awards coming. I can just see everything coming along for this movie. If you have time to go see Michael in theaters, I feel like you have to see it in theaters. There's just something about being around a crowd of people. I had what I will presume to be a mother-daughter next to me, and they were chit-chatting. They were talking about how old they were when these songs came out, and just having such a recollection of memory because of his music. I don't think people understand how sensational that is, to have a recollection like that from a song, from a time period, from an artist alone. I just haven't felt energy like that in a movie theater in so long. It was just an absolutely amazing experience. I'm pretty sure the movie theater was sold out. I ended up running into one of my coworkers who's a friend of mine, and he was like, do you have a ticket to the show? And I would go, yeah, I got it last week. He goes, okay, good, because we sold out. And I go, no. I checked to make sure I was able to get into this movie. And I'm so happy I did. It was absolutely amazing. I just feel for Michael so much now, just seeing his story a lot better and knowing more of like what he endured as a child. And the woman next to me made a comment saying his room looks like a kid's room. And honestly, that's because he never had a childhood. His father, and I'm not even calling him his father at that point, because he was acting more like he was a money-making machine. Like Michael was the way he was going to get out of Illinois. And Joseph abused this child, took advantage of this child. He never got to have a childhood. He thought of himself as Peter Pan, and why he called his home Neverland makes so much more sense now. And seeing that, the fact that his friends were his animals is insane, because he never could relate to the fact that he couldn't relate to people his own age. The woman who played his mother in the movie said, like, I wish you made friends your own age. But because he was part of the Jackson 5 at such a young age, he wasn't able to make friends. He wasn't able to make friends. His dad just wanted him to work to the bone at the age of probably before 10. He never got to have a childhood. That's why he emulated Peter Pan so much. If you have a chance, I highly, highly, highly recommend going to see Michael in theaters. Highly recommend it. I was telling the ladies next to us, because they were like, I'm so sorry we were chit-chatting. I'm like, no, you're fine. Also, if you are coming to New York or you live in the tri-state area, I also highly recommend MJ the Musical. I was fortunate enough to go last year. I am fortunate enough that my best friend's dad is the prop master for the show. MJ the Musical on Broadway. It continues the story. It's amazing. It has Smooth Criminal in there. Absolutely phenomenal. If you have a chance to actually go see that musical, I highly recommend it. Highly recommend. Highly recommend the movie and the musical if you're able to see both. All right, guys. I hope you have a great Friday. I hope you have a great weekend. And I hope you go see Michael. I really do. He's one of my all-time favorite artists. Not a lot of people know that. There's just something about him. And I really mean it before that I feel like I was too young when he died. And now that he's gone, I'm appreciating his music as I get older. And I highly recommend. I'm going to be blasting his music on the way home from this, though. But I hope you guys have a great Friday. I hope you have a great weekend. And I hope you go see Michael in theaters. So, all right, guys. I will talk to you later. Check out my solo date night vlog. That will be coming probably tomorrow. But highly recommend. That ignited something in my soul. But all right, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.
If you haven't seen the new Michael Jackson movie, please go see it. Don't let Rotten Tomatoes, those Twitter fingers people, stop you from going to see it. And I say that because I was thinking I'm not going to see this movie because I don't want to hear nothing negative about this man. He has passed away. Let him rest in peace. God bless his soul. But I had a second thought. And I was like, okay, let me go support. Because there's been so many people that played Michael Jackson. And they did all right. But I decided to go because his nephew was playing his role. And I wanted to give him the opportunity to see how well he knew his uncle. And when I tell you, I am so glad I decided to go see the new Michael Jackson movie. Honey, in that theater, everybody came out with their Michael Jackson gear on. People was in there singing, dancing, laughing, crying. I didn't have balls enough to get up and dance, but I was dancing in my seat. But what I'm trying to say is that the movie made you feel happy. Like, music is not like what it used to be. I grew up listening to music, you know. Saturday was like cleanup day, we listened to music. When you were happy, you listened to music. When you were sad, you listened to music. So music back in my time meant a lot to us. So to go see Michael Jackson and to be in the theater and watching everybody like really enjoying one another, white, black, young, old, like everybody was in there having such a great time. And everybody was walking out like happy for some reason. And that's what this world needs. That young little boy that played him, he did such a great job. He's been a huge Michael Jackson fan since he was 3, if I'm not mistaken. And then Jaafar, oh my goodness. It seemed like Michael Jackson's energy, spirit went into his nephew, and he just played the heck out of his uncle role, okay? There were some scenes that I was like, okay, all right, was that the old film of Michael Jackson, or was that Jaafar? Like, that young man nailed every move to the T, the moonwalk to the T. He challenged Michael Jackson. He studied. They said, like, he locked himself and started reading books in Michael Jackson's voice. Like, it was so scary because when he was talking, I was like, oh my goodness, that sounds just like Michael. All those people that's like, oh my goodness, I give the movie a 7 out of 10, a 6 out of 10, a 8 out of 10, only because they missed a whole lot of stuff. Like, a lot of stuff was taken out for legal purposes. Janet Jackson didn't want to be involved. Michael Jackson's daughter didn't want to be involved. Diana Ross, the diva that she claims to be, didn't want to be talked about. So there was a lot of stuff that they had to take out of the movie. But, and then a lot of people wanted to hear about, like, the legal stuff as far as, like, when the FBI went in his house, raided his house, the molesting charge, the paying the parents off. A lot of people wanted that in the movie. And I hear there's a part 2 coming. And I'm going to be honest with you, even with part 2, I really don't want to hear about that. And that's just my opinion. But I'm sure they're going to talk about it. But my thing is that people are so concerned about him being a child molester that they didn't realize, like, I love watching old movies. I like watching old movies that's like back in the 1900s. And when I do research on these actors and actresses, a lot of them said that they were molested. They were harassed. And these are the hierarchies of producers, directors, and it's been going on for so many years. And people didn't talk about them, you know? Like, you look at Elvis Presley, who married a 14, 15-year-old girl, and everybody was like, oh, they're so pretty. Like, that's a kid at the end of the day. 14-year-old, like, she's a kid. But nobody wanted to look at that. Like, back in the 1900s, early, they had to do some strange things for roles. Go support, go watch the new Michael Jackson movie. It is so good. You're going to be singing. You're going to be moving in your seat. Try not to get up because a lot of people are getting mad that people are getting up dancing, which I don't know why you're mad. I guess maybe because people are in your way watching the movie, but the movie is so good, guys. So good. Even if you're not a Michael Jackson fan, it's more like a concert. You're going to be moving and dancing. It's going to make you feel good. And about time you leave that theater, you're going to be like, okay, I like MJ, you know? So go see it. Don't let Rotten Tomatoes and everybody that's giving it a 7 out of 10, an 8 out of 10, make you feel like you don't want to see it. Go judge it for yourself. And I promise you, you're going to be like, oh my God, that movie was good. Because it was. I want to talk about, a lot of people don't mention how much Michael Jackson donated to charities, to hospitals. And he did it with just simply doing it and not trying to get something out of it. There's so many celebrities, donate to this charity. But guess what? They get paid behind it. A lot of donation Michael done, he didn't get paid for it. Let's talk about back in the day when the Jackson 5 did their concert and they were selling tickets for $25, $35. People were complaining that they had to purchase 4 tickets for $25, $35. Michael Jackson heard about that. He was so upset about that he did a whole concert, and the money he made, he gave back to the people that bought tickets to come see him. In his name, an actor or actress in this generation that is that giving. Come on now. Come on now. Like, y'all so quick to talk about the bad things that the media has painted, but in reality, the only person that really knows the true Michael Jackson is Jesus, is God. No man on earth, human on earth, could tell me about somebody unless I have proof and evidence that this person is capable of that. Y'all couldn't find no proof on this man. And let's talk about it again. Just saying Michael Jackson's name is clickbait, okay? Anything negative about Michael Jackson, these people are making money off of it. Michael Jackson's name itself on social media, on news outlets, is ching, 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 ching. Like, y'all thought Beyonce was out here doing it? Baby. Michael Jackson's name has ching, 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 ching. Whether you are talking good about him or bad about him, you are getting paid. Was making $1 million a week. Beehive what? Rihanna who? Drake huh? Kendrick Lamar what? $1 million a week for his records. And you talking about people had to get dressed, get in their car, drive, and go buy the records. Come on now. Like, I am a huge Michael Jackson fan. I swear I am. But I'm like at a place where I'm like sick and tired of hearing all the negative because y'all making money off this man. Okay? Y'all don't want to talk about all the good stuff this man has done. This man was a businessman, okay? He bought record labels, the Beatles, Sony. Like, he was a businessman. And this man is perfect because no human on earth is perfect, okay? Everybody that's walking on this earth has skeletons in their closet, has prayed to God, Lord, if you get me out of this, I promise I won't do it again. So America is the only place that I know like has so much judgmental on people as if they don't have skeletons in their closets. So again, I'm not trying to say Michael Jackson is perfect. I just know his music was perfect. Okay? The bad reviews and all that, everybody thought they were going to stop people from going to see it. Baby, when you talking about Michael Jackson, honey, we outside. Okay? We're going to go see him. Because his music makes you want to dance. They're going to give it a 10 out of 10. I really want to give it a 20 out of 10. Seriously, I want to give it a 20 out of 10 because the music was so good. I laughed, I cried, I danced. I felt Michael Jackson just made you want to dance and feel the music and be happy with the music. So that's why I'm saying 20 out of 10.
Okay, everybody, so that is it. Have you seen this film? Are you going to see this film? And what did you think about it? It was a great movie to me. I actually kind of want to see it for a second time. I had to see it when it came out. I definitely wouldn't miss this. And this is Michael Jackson. Okay, so when this comes out on DVD, I will be buying it. Okay, just like I have The Jacksons and American Dream. This is a classic just like the Jackson An American Dream. And the legacy, the legend of Michael Jackson continues to live on. He is still number one. His music is trending again because he's the king and he will remain the king. An inspiration to so many people and your celebrity's favorite celebrity. No one is touching Michael. That's a fact. It's not up for debate. Rest in peace to Michael Jackson and Jaafar. You did such a good job, and your uncle